Okay, hello guys, welcome to Hyundai Wi-Fi recorder and camera training. I'm going to talk about a couple of devices here. I'm going to open them right now. So one of them is a recorder, which is, let's move this, okay, which is HYU708. So it's a pretty straightforward 8-channel Hyundai recorder. 4 megapixel resolution, and it has 2 Wi-Fi antennas. I mean, that's the main difference from the other wired recorders. Has one port for hard drive, which can be up to 6 terabytes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. For other specs, you can check the spec sheets yourself here. And another device I want to talk about is a camera, which is HYU. Load the page. HYU649. So this camera is a Wi-Fi dome camera, and it's a decent camera, nothing crazy, 2 megapixel only. It has a reset button, which is kind of important if you don't want to mess with the SDP tools and the resets. And important thing to note is that it has a Wi-Fi range of up to 50 meters in open field. But if you're going to be installing it in a house where there's installation and things like that, you might want to be more around 25, 30 meters. Now, it really depends on how much isolation there is, but I don't know, I would say around 20, 30 meters. But once you connect the camera to the recorder, you're going to see like a Wi-Fi, the classic Wi-Fi icon, and it's going to have like a couple of lines which going to tell you what's the quality of the signal. Okay, so thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to activate the recorder. So you can see here on my SDP tool, I got my recorder as an inactive. So I'm gonna tick it here, and I'm gonna create a password. The password I'm gonna create cannot have admin in it. So I'm gonna choose something that doesn't have admin. So I'm gonna create this password, and I'm not going to enable Hit Connect because I'm not going to be connecting it to the cloud and mobile app. And the area country I'm going to use as Europe. And I'm going to press activate. And now the device is activated. Another thing that I already, okay, you can export this this file that can help you restore your password later on, but I'm going to cancel that for now. Another important thing is to have my recorder in my range so I can play with it. Since I can show you the recorder, the monitor screen, I can show you through the web browser how it's going to be set up. So it's already DHCP enabled, and it's in my range. And another thing I'm going to do, because I want to access my camera for now, I'm gonna connect it to my switch. Okay, so now I connected the camera as well. And just for the setup purpose, I'm gonna have it connected with the wire. And there's my camera as well. Most of Wi-Fi Hyundai cameras are gonna show status as active. So this shouldn't be, some people think that if they see active, that means that it's been previously activated, but that's not the case. And if they try with the default password for Hyundai Wi-Fi camera, they're gonna try like admin 1234. It's not gonna work, and then they're gonna contact me and say, oh, it doesn't work, the password is changed, and so on. But the case is with this camera, this Wi-Fi camera, there's a sticker on the side, and on this sticker there is a verification code. It's written with small letters, but you can see it's there. So this verification code is going to be used together with admin. So in this case, let me show you here. So I'm actually going to open them in IE tab. So let's see, my IP of the recorder is 249. Okay, so 10.22.2.11.249. Okay, first thing I want to do here is I want to disable this buzzer that's been driving me insane. So I'm going to log into my recorder and I'm going to go to configuration. I'm going to go to event. I'm going to go to exception. And because I don't have a hard drive, I'm going to disable the audible warning. And I'm going to do this for all the other things, so they cannot annoy me. There we go. And save. Okay, so once this is done, I can go to network settings. Now, important thing to note here, aside from all the usual settings that we have all the classic settings with these recorders. The only difference is when you go to network and you go to advanced settings, you have a tab that's called Wi-Fi. Okay, let me see why my recorder is still beeping. All right, because I didn't. Should be good now. Okay, so when you go to network settings and you go to advanced settings, you can see tab Wi-Fi. Now, this is going to be your SSID, and by this SSID, you will find the recorder. So if I open another tab now, using IE tab as well, and I check my IP address of the camera, which is, okay, yeah. First, I want to put this camera in the same range so I can log it onto it. So I'm going to choose it here, and I'm going to enable DHCP, and you have to confirm this with the password. Okay. Yeah, one thing I want to stress is a password of the Wi-Fi camera is not the standard password, it's the one with the verification code. So what you do here is you type admin and then the verification code on the sticker. So in my case, it's capital EZRXFP. So every camera will have different verification code. Okay, once that is done, so my camera should be in range now. So there's my IP address, so 237. Okay, and if I type this and this and 237, I can log in onto my camera using the verification code and admin. Log in. Password is weak. You can change it, but for now I don't have to change it. So cancel that. Okay, so I go to configuration. I go to, okay, so just want to go through this quickly. So we got the, as every other camera, we got the usual settings, but with this one, when you go to network, it's going to have two fields. It's going to have field LAN and field VLAN. For my purpose, I don't have to change it from DHCP, so I'm going to leave it on DHCP. But if I want to connect this camera to my recorder through the web browsers, I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to go to advanced settings. I'm going to go to Wi-Fi, and here of this list, so the camera is detecting all the wireless devices. And of this list, I'm going to pick off my NVR. And this is the SSID that I talked about before. So you can check it here, and you can check that they match. And now that I know this is my device, I click on it on the list, and you can see it's disconnected, signal strength, and so on, because the camera and the recorder are fairly close. Signal strength is 100. Now, the only thing you have to do this to connect the camera to the recorder is enter this key. You can locate this key either by navigating to main menu of the recorder and going to network tab and so on. But you can see it here on the web browser. It's going to be right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this key. I'm going to switch to my camera, and I'm going to paste key here. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save. Now, when I do this, if you want to, you just want to switch tabs so the list kind of refreshes and gives you the status. You may have to do it a couple of times, but for me, it already changed the status. Now the camera is connected to the recorder, but I still have my camera on the wire. And this wire is running to switch, which is then connected with the recorder. So right now my camera would be working with the wire. So what I do next is I go to configuration of the recorder, and I go to system, and I want to add my camera, and I do it by going to camera management, and I see this list here. So I go to add, I type in my camera IP address, but first you want to note that you want Wi-Fi address, the VLAN address, not the LAN address. So you go to camera, you go to basic settings, and you go to VLAN, and here you can see your, even though it's on DHCP, you can still see your address. And for my purpose, I can use it because it's not going to change IP address until I don't know, reset it or do something like that. So I'm going to copy this address. So as I said, I'm not using the LAN one, I'm using the VLAN one. So copy that, go back to the recorder, go to add, paste the address here, leave the protocol as Hikvision. Management port is good because we're not using ONVI for anything like that. It's Hyundai to Hyundai. Username is admin, and the password is the one from the camera, which is in my case admin plus that verification code. So admin EZRXFP. Do the same for confirm. Admin EZRXFP, and press OK. Okay, now it added this camera. It added it with LAN and VLAN, but I'm gonna just delete the LAN one. Okay, and I get my VLAN here, VLAN connection. I just have to refresh the list a couple of times. It might take some time to get the camera on the recorder. Okay, there it is. It's online. So you can see this here, but I'm still going to show the camera to you. That's my hand. So on the monitor screen of the recorder, there is that Wi-Fi icon that I told you about, and it's showing all the lines, which means signal is full. You can't see this here, but I'm pretty sure that you can check the signal strength. Actually, there was a signal strength on that Wi-Fi list, and that's pretty much it. Now I can. So my camera is still on the cable. So I'm just gonna disconnect the cable, so you can see. Okay, cable is connected. You can still see that everything is fine. So it basically just. Well, I added the camera as with the VLAN IP address, so that's why it stick with that one. If I added it with the LAN address, it would stop working. Okay, so yeah, that's the basic connection. There's not much more to it aside from this. If you are adding cameras, let's say if you're not using web browser at all, if you just want to plug and play them, what you would do is you would give power to wireless camera, and of course you would have your recorder set up, get the password, finish the wizard settings, and wizard would give you a screen that would say kind of like add cameras, and there you have option to manually add or auto add. If you click on auto add, it's going to do a little search, and it's going to add camera one by one as it finds their Wi-Fi signal. But as I said, in my case, I use the browser. It may seem a bit confusing, but if anyone needs help with it, I can help them. And that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys have any question. It should be, I think it's simple, but yeah.
Yeah, the login stuff is just different, and then remember this admin plus. Yeah.
Yes, that's the main thing you have to remember, because a lot of people, you would be surprised how many people call me for this, telling me that the camera has been already activated and so on, but it's just a different password than the rest of the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know.
And you have this also in video later on.
Excuse me?
You also recorded this as that we
Yes.
can check it out.
Yes,
afterwards.
it's recorded. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube, and yeah, you can actually find our By Demes Global YouTube channel, and there's a couple other videos there as well. I actually made a couple of short videos explaining, I don't know, how to connect one XVR to NVR and so on.
Mm.
Vesa, Ronnie, any questions, or I can conclude this a little? Oh, do you have any best practice? Wait, let me open that list again. I didn't see it. Chat. Best practice. Well, the thing I would do is I would have all the equipment near me, recorder and the cameras. I don't want to fix the cameras on somewhere on the high on the roof and then realize that my signal is not enough. So I would put everything together, and then of course you can take one camera, go I don't know 30 meters and see if you're still good. Exactly. Yes. Well, that's the thing. These Wi-Fi, at least this one that I'm showing here, it's kind of aimed for those I don't know, quick installations with definitely not a recommendation for big commercials in this case with these devices here that I have. So I don't know, like a small house and then cameras around each corner of the house should be definitely good. But if you want to go from, I don't know, from front of the house and then to some garage that's 40 meters away or something, that might be the issue.
Yeah, but you can put some kind of bridge in between, then you kind of jump more.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So in case of Wi-Fi, I would kind of stick to close quarters, and in case of wire, well, you can do whatever you want with wire, 100, 200, and so on meters.
Yeah, the surprise temperature range is enough also for here.
What do you mean? Sorry.
The temperature range is quite good, even this Wi-Fi.
Oh, the temperature. Oh, yeah. I don't know. In Ireland, it's very rainy, so that would kind of maybe affect it too. So.
Yeah, might be go off -40 and more, but still the Hyundais have working okay here.
Yeah. I don't know if Vesa, if you tried any Wi-Fi setups already, or.
Yeah, I showed out few the old system, this white box, but haven't tested the maximum reach. I have to pick up one. I'm now in the home office, of course, but yeah, I can test it on, and now it's easier to know these little tricks.
Yeah. Mostly it's, as I said, it's for like close quarter home installations. Wouldn't recommend this one for something bigger. Okay, I'm gonna conclude the recording, and then we can talk about it more if there's need. So okay, actually the next training is gonna be very soon. It's gonna be Tuesday, Tuesday, and if I remember correctly, it's gonna be about the CSL devices. So if any of you guys wanna attend, I think Ronnie already signed up, but Les, if you wanna attend, let me know.
Yeah, so I'm also wanted to come. Yeah, I have to sign in. Yeah.
Next week is going to be full of trainings. There's going to be CSL. There's going to be We got some OEM NVR, which is kind of, I guess, interesting. You can check it out. And there's gonna be one training for Vesta panel late next week. I think Friday. That's a quite nice panel with long range distance for devices, which is a good change. Okay, so I'm just going to conclude. Yeah, Wesley, you want to say something?
Yes, about this OEM series, about these NVRs and DVRs. We have only sold out the Hyundai only here.
All right. I don't know if you're familiar with this OEM brand.
No, at all, not at all. Is it similar? This mobile app is help in.
Actually, with the OEM, you would use GDMSS, so the HUA apps.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So tested, definitely works with the HUA apps, with GDMSS and IDMSS. And yeah, Ronnie, I know what you mean. I know what you mean with the 24-inch walls. Okay. Is that working now with the DMSSS? Which one? Sorry. Are you? Oh, yeah. They are. Yeah. Yes. They are, because they're basically OEMs from off the HUA, so they work with the HUA apps.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the only thing there's like a small patch that has to be used for changing the P2P, and that's pretty much. Okay, I'm going to conclude the recording and we can talk more about it. So thanks for attending, guys.
Thanks.